Okay, I'm back, and some of you might have asked, how I got into arrowhead hunting. Um, what happened is I was probably about seven, I would say, 7 or 8 years old, and my parents had a Christmas tree farm in southern Michigan, um, down near the Ohio border, and when my dad would have a local farmer kind of plow down the weeds and the brush along in between the rows of Christmas trees. It was just exposed dirt, just like walking in a plowed field. And one time I was down there and I found this is shocking. A lot of people will probably be amazed, but this is a casting I made of my very first original um, spear point, arrowhead, knife, whatever you want to call it. But here it is. This is a Thebes point. This was my very first point I ever found. And when I found this, it was actually buried. All I seen was like that much of it sticking out of the ground, and I just saw as a young child, I seen those weird notches in there, and I thought that's kind of interesting, and it shined, and I picked it up, and lo and behold, this is what I found. Very nice dog leg style beveled Thebes point. You can see it's got a very heavy bevel along the edge there. And if you flip it over, it's got another very heavy beveled resharpening on it. You can see that it's kind of concaved on the sides. So it at one time it probably was much wider, but it'd been resharpened, and it had a little ding out of the one ear, and it had some basil thinning going on, taking a nice flake out of there, and this side had a little bit of little smaller flakes taken out of it. But very nice Thebes point. Now this isn't the original one. The original one is in a frame that I'll have to show at a later date, or I'll just pull it out of the frame. But the original Thebes was made out of a Kashotkin gray material. This was just black urethane that I used to pour the point. You can see it's plastic. Um, but what I did is I took that point and I built wax up around, or clay around the whole point, and feathered it out on an angle. And then I built a box and I poured a rubber, liquid silicone rubber in, and placed it in there, and let that harden and dry. And then I just repeated the process and flipped it over in the same box. So I made two halves. After the first half was poured, I had to put a green seal. It's a material that keeps silicone from sticking to itself. And I coated that all around carefully, not to get it on the point itself, and poured the other half, and I made a mold out of it. And basically, I pulled both halves of the mold apart, poured the silicone into the mold, a kind of an extra large amount, and then I squished and clamped the two halves of the mold together, and this is what I got. And I did a couple other castings of some points in my collection. I believe there's a Hopewell, possibly a Snyder type of a blade that I made, and then I have a Cache River point, beautiful little side notch that's done this way. But because I didn't have a lot of material colors, pigments to color it, I just made the castings out of just black urethane plastic. So this is um this is my very first arrowhead I ever found. Um, some people may hunt a whole lifetime and not find a Thebes that nice, but that was my first point that I ever found. Um, back, back when I was 7 or 8 years old. So pretty sweet point. I mean, that was definitely motivation to keep me interested in going out and walking around looking for arrowheads. So, uh, anyways, enjoy, like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, and there'll be more coming up. So, have a good one.